Hey, today we're going to talk about soft credit pulls, the difference between a soft and a hard credit pull, and how you can use that technology to generate more leads from your dealership website. Hi, my name is David Farmer with Intice, and today we're going to look at hard versus soft credit pull. So first of all, what is a soft credit pull? Well, a soft credit pull is exactly the same thing as a hard credit pull, where you can get access to a customer's credit bureau and credit score just without putting in hard inquiry on their credit report. So why is there a difference between hard and soft? Basically, the difference is if you are actually applying for credit and you want somebody to make a decision on whether or not they're going to lend you money, if that is what is taking place, it's going to show up as an inquiry. Otherwise, it's not going to show up, and that's considered a soft credit pull. Why would there be something like a soft credit pull? Well, if a company is using credit bureau data to determine a pre-qualification for, let's say, a credit card or a car loan, then a soft credit pull might be done in the background without your explicit consent, meaning that you didn't fill out a credit application. They have your information somehow, and they're running a soft credit pull. They identify you as a potential candidate to receive a credit card or some other type of loan, and then they can send you a pre-qualification. Also, if you ever do a credit pull yourself, let's say you go to Equifax or TransUnion or Experian.com, you sign up for the ability to see your credit bureau, that would also be considered a soft credit pull. Additionally, there are areas other companies might want to use that soft credit pull data. Let's say, for example, you are looking for employment. There might be an employment background check that would check your credit to make sure that you are who you say you are, and that they can use that information to determine whether or not they're going to offer you a job. And the same thing for rental applications, maybe looking to rent a home or an apartment. They might do a background check, which includes a credit pull. That would be a soft credit pull, since they're not actually making a decision to lend you money, so it's not going to show up as an inquiry. Another main difference is when you do a hard credit pull, you are going to be required to provide a social security number and a date of birth. With a soft credit pull, you only need first name, last name, and physical address. No social security number or date of birth is necessary for that soft credit pull. So now, why would we be looking at using a soft credit pull in lead generation on your dealership website? Well, the way that we use it at Intice with Intice 360 and our loan maker technology is we know that customers are inherently curious of if they are going to qualify for a loan. They are also going to be inherently curious what their credit score is, so they can be armed with information to help them make a well-informed purchase decision when they buy from your dealership. And we also leverage the FICO branding because we understand that customers see that as a valuable piece of information and a valuable brand. So instead of using a Vantage score, which is not really a credit score that any lenders are going to use, it's, in my opinion, it's an inflated number. It's not going to really provide a true representation of what that customer's credit score is. And if a customer gets that type of score and then comes into the dealership and then you actually do a credit pull and then you find out, well, on the Vantage, I'm a 727, but on a FICO score, I'm a 690. That might change the dynamic of the relationship when you have a disconnect, especially if you use a Vantage on your website, but then you actually use FICO when you determine what the customer qualifies for. So it can create some friction, and we don't want any friction. We want to make it as frictionless as possible and provide a great customer experience. So now what I want to do is I want to share with you my laptop screen real quick here and walk you through our loan maker technology, which is a soft credit pull technology, which allows a customer to get pre-qualified. This would be prior to making a determination of whether or not they want to buy the vehicle. So we're not going to do a hard credit pull. We're going to do a soft credit pull, and we don't have to have a social security number or date of birth to do it. So we make it very easy. So I'm just going to go ahead and share my screen. And what I'm going to share with you is our test environment. And actually, let me come here. Let me log out of our back end system. Just open that up so it's a little bit better. Okay, so this is our test environment for Intice 360. This is a representation of a dealership website. And I'm just going to come over here, open up my menu, and go to our free credit score, get pre-qualified landing page. Now, this is a landing page that can be dedicated on a dealership website. This is great for email marketing or any other type of digital direct marketing where we can bring a customer right on a get pre-qualified landing page. From here, customer can click on the get your terms, and it's going to open up our loan maker technology. Our loan maker technology is going to provide a customer an interface to be able to do their soft credit pull. The user interface that we use is very similar across all of our platforms, whether a customer is getting their trade-in value, scheduling a test drive, building their deal, or getting their pre-approval and their free credit score. Now, one of the things you'll notice here is that when I pulled it up, automatically it pre-filled with the customer's information. That's because our systems are going to remember that information securely, and we have that encrypted on the device itself. Our goal is to, again, continue to remove the friction as customers might go from one lead gen technology to another lead gen technology. So if I start with getting pre-qualified and then decide to get a trade value later, the information I've already provided is going to translate over, providing a much more seamless experience for the customer. So in this case, I already have the customer's information in here. I am going to do something real quick here. You're going to see me actually open up this little hidden kind of back door. That back door allows me to put our system in showroom mode. And the reason I just did that just now is when I'm going through the test, I want to make sure that I'm going to be able to pass through all of the security measures that we have in place, which we have a lot. Since we're giving anybody that visits your dealership website access to the credit bureau system, we're going to want to make sure that the person entering this information is a real person. So the first thing that we're going to do is we're going to validate the information that's entered, whether that's going to be the physical address, the email address, the phone number. We're also going to have some invisible things like a integration with reCAPTCHA from Google to block any bot traffic. We also validate the IP address for any other duplicate entries. And then we're also going to do a multi-factor authentication. So we're gonna send a code, which we can either do by email or by SMS. So we also ensure that we have all of the proper disclosures in place, and we're tracking the activity, so you're going to be FTC and TCPA compliant. Another thing that you're seeing here is our explainer video. Now, what's great about the explainer video is we know as digital marketers and technology providers that if you have a CTA on a website and a customer clicks on that CTA and the only thing that they see is a form fill, you're going to have a much greater chance of that customer bouncing back out of that form unless you're going to provide additional information that's going to provide more information about what that form fill is going to do for the customer. We use video and additional information to provide more context around what actually will happen if the customer chooses to enter in their information. I'm going to go ahead and take a minute and 11 seconds, play this explainer video so you can actually see what the customer would see when they are looking at entering their information to get their soft credit pull. So their credit score. So what we want to do is we want to allow the customer to have a little bit more comfort in knowing that they're going to provide information, they're going to get something from it, and it's just going to provide more context. So I'm going to go ahead and play this for you right now.
Checking your credit should be fast and easy. Say hello to Credit Score Express. FICO scores are used in 90% of all lending decisions, so a FICO score is a pretty accurate reflection of your credit worthiness. Credit scores are calculated using computer programs known as scoring models. Scoring models perform sophisticated statistical analysis on the contents of your credit report. Credit Score Express uses a soft credit pull, which never impacts your credit or shows as an inquiry. To get your FICO score range, just tell us about yourself. No social security number or date of birth needed. And in seconds, Credit Score Express will provide your personal FICO score range. Plus, you can get pre-qualified instantly. And we'll send your credit score and pre-qualification certificate right to your email. Optionally, you can complete an Express Credit application. Our professional financial services team will review your application and provide you with a pre-qualification status in just minutes. Checking your credit score and getting pre-qualified for a car loan should be fast and easy. And with Credit Score Express, it is.
All right, so that is the video that we provide, a lot more information. I'm gonna go ahead and click the button right here. I'm gonna get my two-factor authentication. That's gonna come to me. I have it coming as a email right now, so I'm gonna enter in that number. I'm going to hit submit. So now what's going to happen is actually going to do that, all of the additional tests. It's going to do the credit score. You can see we have a nice little animation as it builds into the credit score range. So we provide the FICO score in a FICO score range. Now, the reason that we do that is we want to build in a little bit of flexibility on what that actual score is. So if somebody comes in, we have just that a little bit of flexibility built in. Instead of just providing one number, we provide a little bit of a range. The way that this actually works, it's just giving us a 20-point range around that customer's credit score. Now, what we also do is we are going to provide the customer a pre-qualification for a specific value of a loan. And we give the customer the ability to complete a full credit application and provide all the information necessary for you to have a complete credit application in your system. So first of all, you can see here we got this pre-qualification certificate at $52,500. You can set what that value is and at what point somebody would qualify for that. So for example, the way that we have this test dealer set up is they are set at 580 and above is going to be pre-qualified. 580 and below is going to be status pending, meaning that we're not going to tell the customer that they're not qualified. We're just going to let them know that more information is needed, such as a cosigner, more information about how much money down, how much of a loan that they're looking to get, other information that you might still be able to get that customer qualified for a car loan. Now, also, I can complete the full credit application, and I'll go ahead and take a moment and just go through that process. So this is going to give the customer the notice that a hard credit pull may follow when completing a real credit application. They're accepting that process. And what we wanted to do here is we wanted to provide a modern user interface to a credit application. So you can see the customers going through this. This works beautifully on a mobile device. Got a lot of things to make this process easier. But I'm providing all the information necessary for a real credit application, including the social security number, date of birth, nice drop downs. You can see I selected the financing terms, and we get a really cool way to be able to complete a signature. I can add a co-app with the proper disclosures, or I can complete this process. When I complete this process, we're going to get a credit score express certificate. Now, this is really designed to work hand in hand with what's happening on the dealership showroom. So if you think about it, a customer visits your dealership website, they get pre-qualified, they're going to have a pre-qualification certificate that they can bring in on a mobile device or print out and bring into the dealership. The goal is to make the segue between what I did online to what's actually happening in the dealership showroom. So instead of me just saying, hey, I was on your website and I completed a credit application, and you're going, well, where is that credit application? Now I have to go to the finance manager, find out, hey, did this customer fill it out? They entered it into, you have to look it up. It can add time to the car deal. We want to subtract time from the car deal. So this provides the credit score range, and then also it adds additional context to what that credit score means. Just like I'm sure you've had thousands of conversations with customers about how the credit score is going to impact the overall APR programs that are available and whether or not somebody can get approved or not get approved. We've built that right in here using the exact same language that you can find about the FICO credit score itself. So exceptional credit, 800 and above, very good, 740 to 799. What is going to be highlighted is where that customer falls into the credit score range. So in this case, we're between that 670 and 739. So I have good credit, fair credit underneath that, and then rebuilding credit underneath that of under 580. Then we provide this pre-qualification certificate with the goal is really to make it look like it is a check. The goal is, again, to enhance the overall process. And then we also include a notification when a customer completed the actual credit application. So this will only show up if somebody actually finished the credit application like I did. So this all right here becomes that express ticket when the customer comes into the dealership's showroom. So in this video, what we did was we talked about, where's my mouse? Come up here. All right, so in this video, we're talking about using a soft credit pull versus a hard credit pull and how that can be used to enhance the customer's buying experience and give you a way to generate more high-quality first-party leads from your dealership website. Of course, I always appreciate the opportunity for the guys and the people that watch my entire videos. You're going to find this video plus many others at Intice.com.